What's up, y'all? This is Isba here, and this is my third or fourth attempt trying to do this. Sorry it's so late, but and I also apologize for my last video cutting off. Hopefully this one won't. Pray that it won't. Pray that it won't. If it does, I'll try and re-upload it again, but it's taking so long. So this is my review of WrestleMania 26, which I thought was a great show overall. There were a few matches that definitely needed more time and a few matches that shouldn't have been on the show. But let's kick it off. First of all, the set was incredible this year. It was incredible. I just wanted to point that out. And the roof that kept opening and closing, I thought that was pretty cool too. The night kicked off with Big Show and The Miz versus John Morrison and R-Truth. The match went like 4 minutes or less. It had a couple of nice spots in it, but it was mainly just there to fill time. It needed at least another 5 minutes to be something good, but it was mainly just like spot match over, basically. It did have a nice pace in that. Like I said, if it would have had another 5 minutes, it would have been probably a really good match, but it was cut really short. So I'll give it a star and a quarter, because I expected a hell of a lot more, but it was okay. Next up was Randy Orton versus Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes. Decent match, better than I thought it was going to be, especially since these guys have faced each other a billion times on Raw. I didn't like the handicap part of it earlier on with both guys double teaming Orton, but it got better as it went along. The crowd popped mad for Orton, so it looks like he's going to get over as a face this time, which is good. And the RKO to end the match was very nice. The punt to the head was very nice, so I'll give the match 2 1/4 stars, but that's only because it did pick up toward the end. Money in the Bank ladder match, it was, I got the list right here, Christian versus Dolph Ziggler versus Kane versus Shelton Benjamin versus Jack Swagger versus MVP versus Evan Bourne versus Matt Hardy versus Drew McIntyre versus Kofi Kingston. Really good match. I really enjoyed this one. I know a lot of people might not agree with the rating that I give it, but I did think it was a really good match anyway. I didn't think it was as good as last year's or 2005's, but it was on par with 07 and 08's and better than 06's, but really good. A few innovative spots. They didn't go crazy this time since they're doing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view like a lot of people have said, so they probably want to save some stuff for that. But there were a few nice spots. Evan Bourne was probably the MVP of this match. The big thing was that 10 guys did really overcrowd the ring. They didn't really need 10 guys. A couple of guys didn't really get their chance to do anything. So, but it was overall a really good match. And Jack Swagger winning, very shocking. I'm not going to shit on it until I see where they go with it, but that was very shocking. I think that was WWE's way of just trying to swerve the internet fans, because we all thought that either Christian or Drew McIntyre were going to win. So, but I give the match 3 3/4 stars. Very, very good match. Up next was, what was next? Triple H versus Sheamus. This was a good match. Started off a little slower than I would have wanted, but it did pick up a lot toward the end. Triple H winning, don't really have a problem with it, but I do want to see the feud continue. If it ends, like we're gonna have to see what happens on Raw. Like if the feud is just over, then that's not good. If the feud goes into Extreme Rules and they have like a street fight match, and then Sheamus goes over or something like that, then yeah, that'd be something to look forward to. But like if this is just it, then that's not good. So, but match was overall good. Had a nice pace to it, but like I said, did start off a little slow. The crowd did get really into it and really into Triple H toward the end, so that's cool. I give the match, I'll give it 3 stars on the dot, because it was good. Then up next we got CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio in the biggest robbery of the night, since these guys were cut very short in time. This is about as good of a 6-minute match as you could get, though. Both guys just did a lot of great shit. The ending sequence was great with Rey head scissoring CM Punk into Luke Gallows off of the apron, and then 619ing Punk and getting the win from that. That was really cool. Rey doing the top rope DDT spot was incredible. Even though it was slightly botched, but it was very like it was hardly even noticeable. Like they covered it up very well, but it was still a great spot. Their match on SmackDown back in February was a lot better than this because they had 15 minutes there, and here they only had 6. So. Still really good for what it was. I'll give it 3 stars, but these guys needed at least 5 more minutes to make it like a great match, because this match could have probably been the mid-card sleeper that stole the show. So anyway, still a damn good match. Then up next, we probably come to the worst match of the night. I probably won't slap a rating on this just because, you know, it did what it needed to do, but this was just clusterfuck city. Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon. Boring, very, very boring. Went 11 minutes, which is like I said, a damn crime since the match before that needed like 11, 12, 15 minutes, whereas this match like should have been 6 minutes long. You know, it was just the crowd fell way out of it. Like, they popped big for Bret when he came out, but they fell way out of it. Like the part with the crowbar and the chair were just incredibly boring, and they're waiting for him to put the sharpshooter on, but he never did. It's like, come on, come on, come on. The Heart Attack on the outside with Hart Dynasty doing that on Vince was just great. That was the hands down the best thing of the night. The best spot of the match, not night, but spot of the match. And then they throw Vince back in. Bret beats him up some more, and then puts him in the sharpshooter finally and gets the win. This match should have been 5 minutes or less. Like, it did not need this long. And like, I like the idea of all the hearts at ringside, but you know, it went on way, 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 way too long. So I'm gonna give it an NA. Can't really slap a rating on this, but it was not, like, even as a segment, it wasn't very good. So it was very boring. Then up next we have Chris Jericho versus Edge. This was a great match, to be honest with you. I loved this match. Nice back and forth action. Again, like Punk and Ray, this match was way too short. And the opener, this match was way too short. Well, not way, but too short. It went a little over 15 minutes, I think. Should have been at least 20. But no, it was really good for what it was. A lot of counters, a lot of nice reversals. Jericho doing his great heel stuff. Edge doing his great babyface stuff now. And the crowd wanting the spear over and over again, and Jericho just keeps getting out of the way. The counter from the spear to the codebreaker was great, and Jericho gets the win, which again swerved the internet since a lot of people thought the Edge was going to pick up the belt last night. So, but it was overall, I'd say I give it 4 stars. It was a really great, it was a great match. So I did expect a little more. With 5 more minutes, this could have been like 4.5 area. I can guarantee that. And the spot after the match with the spear off of the announce table through the ring bell area, that was a great spot. Should have been in the match as opposed to after it, but you know, I guess it's to get people pumped up to get the feud going on into Extreme Rules. So it did what it had to do. Then we had the Diva Tag, basically just a bunch of spots put together with Vicky Guerrero doing a very sloppy frog splash at the end and getting the win. Not much to say. You know, I did like the fact that Vicky was paying tribute to Eddie, but you know, she's not really talented in that kind of way. So, match did not need to be on here. This should have been cut from the show, but should never have been on the show completely. It was like 2 minutes long, and it wasted like 5 or 6 minutes of time altogether. So, didn't need to be on here. I'll give it half a star, I guess. I'll give it half a star because it was okay, I guess. And then we come to Cena versus Batista. Really good match, really good match. It did get, I'd say it was about on par with their SummerSlam 08 match. Did a lot of great stuff. Both guys were very over in the crowd. It looked like they actually were going for a Dave more over Cena, so that was kind of cool to see. And then the sequence at the end was nice when Cena counted the Demon Bomb and then put him in the STFU. That was a great spot, and this was a really good match. I give it 3 3/4 stars, but like really good. And the part afterwards with Cena posing with those anti-Cena fans was very funny. So really good match. And then we come to the main event: Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Now, in my opinion, this was not as good as last year's, but this was still an incredible fucking match. And if this is Shawn's last match, hell of a match for him to go out on. The moonsault off of the top rope through the announcer's table was unfucking believable. The tombstone on the outside was incredible. Shawn, like the last couple minutes of the match with the sweep chain and then the tombstone, Shawn kicks out of it, slaps Undertaker, asks for it, was amazing storytelling, and this was just an incredible match. I give it 4.5 stars. I won't give it full Monty this year because it wasn't as good as last year, but this was a hell of a match. All in all, this was a damn good show, but a few more of the matches did need more time. So, yeah.